Well, there are definitely challenges facing the Ministry of Works. You just talked about longevity of the roads. I mean, making the roads last longer.
Yes.
That's also because of the amount of traffic on these roads and in the amount of load they also have to carry. In terms of the fact that we don't have really another alternative means of transport. So much has been said about fixing the rail network, but it would seem that it's not being put to use yet. Are you in talks with the Ministry of Transport on the arrangements that can be made subsequently, especially when these roads are completed?
You see, that is why I say President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan is truly a transformational leader. A lot of the things we talk about, the degeneration of the railway sector, are being fixed. These issues are being addressed by the president. It takes a leader with great courage to tackle these terrible problems, because for donkey years, for more than 4 or 5 decades, the railway sector was completely abandoned, not neglected, completely abandoned. And it seems as if Nigeria was no longer interested in railway transportation. And so many leaders came in, so many administration came in, they shied away from tackling this problem because they just look at the enormity of the problem and they say, no, let me just avoid it. So it takes a great leader, a man who truly wants to develop his country, to tackle these problems head on. And that's why I want to commend the president, even for the great effort. Some may say modest effort, but I would say great effort being made in the railway sector. The railway sector is being fixed. I cannot talk authoritatively about railway transportation. What little I know, as a member of the Federal Executive Council, a lot is being done in the railway sector. So many of the sectors.
We'll look at some other issues, Mr. Day, but some other questions here for you specifically. We have this question from Fuego. It says the Okene Abuja Road. He's asking you to let him in on the competent contractors, because he's saying that he still hasn't actually seen anything, because they intend to finish it by the bypass, which they're yet to do by now. So he would want to know the state of that particular road, the Okene Abuja road.
The road is the construction is ongoing. Like I said, people should have patience. It doesn't take a day to complete a road. So the road is ongoing. It will take a while to complete that road. The bypass, I passed through it about 3 weeks ago. It's under construction. A lot of work has been done on it. Like I said, local Abuja will be joined together. All the portions will be fixed, hopefully by December this year. Okay. So we should have a little bit of patience on the local Okene Road.
Smart Tony just sent in the street. He's talking about the fact that Akwa Ibom State is cut off from the rest of the country. According to him, says all the roads that lead to that state, all the federal roads, the Abia road to Akwa Ibom, then Cross Rivers, the roads are like bad. And then they actually sent in a picture here of the Onitsha Enugu road. Anambra Enugu says the road is falling apart. That's from Sharon. So what's happening to those roads?
The contract for the Onitsha Port Harcourt road has been awarded and is ongoing. The construction is ongoing.
It doesn't. The picture sent here doesn't look like it's ongoing.
It's ongoing. If you take a portion of the Lagos-Ibadan road too, particularly the bad portion, you will think there's nothing is going on there. It's ongoing. I think about 13% to 15% of that road completed. Very soon, I know the contract is ongoing, and the contractors are very competent, and they will deliver.
That definitely
hopefully
raises a question. I mean, yes, work is usually ongoing in some parts. For instance, if you visit the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, work is ongoing in certain parts, but some other areas where the road is filled in certain portions. Do you ask the Ministry of Works, as we do know that there is a maintenance agency within the Ministry of Works, to try and fix those parts, so they're at least motorable until work finally gets to those areas?
Yeah, we do that. There was a time, if you recollect this year, maybe about 6 or 7 weeks ago, there was a portion immediately after the gym that was very bad and was causing a lot of hold up. And of course, we called the contractor to fix it. We have not reached that area, but they went ahead and fixed that portion. And those who travel on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway will attest to that portion was fixed temporarily. Of course, they have not reached that level, that particular area of the road. But we do this regularly, but you see, the problem is enormous. The federal government has over 35,000 kilometers of federal roads in this country. And most of these, like I said, up to 2011 were neglected. Only 4,000 to 4,500 was motorable. And
a lot of state governments, let's get down to this now, a lot of state governors, whether be they in the PDP or the opposing party, they usually say that the federal government should hands off roads. You know, let us know that we are in charge of roads and we can fix it. Because in some cases, when you see a bad road in a state, you do not think of the federal government. You immediately point accusing fingers at the state government. And if you ask, they immediately tell you, oh, it's the federal government. And then in some cases, they tell you that they fixed the roads, but never get their money back.
Well, what the question I ask is this. The roads that belong to the state governments, what have they done on the roads? At least you can see the effort the federal government is making. And the federal roads are very big roads, most of the time dualized expressways. The roads that the states, that are under the jurisdiction of the states, are very smaller roads. They do not take a very big ASU load. And yet, we see a lot of them in bad shape. We cannot leave the roads to the state governments. We know the few things that have been left in the hands of the state governments, they will not be able to handle them very well. And you know that state governments differ from state to state.
And you know,
their priorities
you also know that some states have actually taken up road construction, trunk A roads belonging to the federal government, and some are still awaiting maybe being reimbursed.
Yes, if the federal government had the money,